Welcome to the Community Health Heroes Show, where we spotlight local organizations that provide much needed health and wellness resources and information so that everyone in our community can strive to live healthier, happier, and longer lives. I'm Dr. Penny Walker, Senior Medical Director for United Healthcare Southeast Region. Thank you for joining us. And today on Community Health Heroes, we'll be talking with Dr. Vivek Hilgo, who will discuss the prevention and cure of colorectal cancer. Molly Kimball, who will give us an update on the Eat Fit NOLA program that allows people to dine healthily at their favorite New Orleans restaurants. And Chef Ben Thibodeau, who will be talking about his new venture, Jack and Jake's Public Market in Central City. And preparing an Eat Fit NOLA dish, he will be demonstrating an upcoming 60th Annual Home and Garden Show at the Superdome. We are covering a lot today, so don't go away. We'll be right back with more Community Health Heroes.
My mother shaped me as an actor, as a musician, as a human being. So when she was diagnosed with colon cancer, it was like our entire family got cancer. And she died when she was only 56, so this is personal. And hopefully my heartbreak is your wake-up call. You can prevent colorectal cancer. If you're 50 or older, get screened. Screening saves lives.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to Community Health Heroes. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know that approximately 5% or 1 in 20 Americans will be diagnosed with cancer of the colon or rectum in their lifetime? Joining us today to discuss the warning signs and prevention and treatment of colorectal cancer is Dr. Vivek Hilgo of NOLA Gastro. Welcome to the show, Dr. Hilgo.
Thank you so much.
So can you tell us what exactly is colorectal cancer?
Colorectal cancer is when abnormal growth occurs in the colon or rectum, and largely we're talking about adenocarcinoma, which is the cancers that arise from the glands that lie naturally within the colon. The problem is that it's incredibly common. And so our concern lies in trying to prevent it as much as possible. But colon cancer itself represents either a failure of the body's normal growth stopping mechanisms to take place or an activation of growth occurring problems at the genetic level.
And so what kind of signs and symptoms could a patient expect?
Well, most often, early on, there are no symptoms at all, which is why it's so important to get screening. And screening is really when you do a procedure when there are no symptoms. But by the time symptoms occur, the kinds of things that tend to occur are perhaps a change in bowel habit towards constipation. There may or may not be any bleeding going on. There may be a change in the stool itself, its size or shape or frequency or difficulty, perhaps some abdominal pain. If you're getting an abnormal loss of weight in conjunction with these things, that certainly warrants investigation. Unexplained anemia, a low blood count, and that of course goes along often with a sense of fatigue. I think as people generally are getting a little bit older, they perhaps blame some of their fatigue on age, whereas they really should be looking for another cause. So most of us are vibrant and healthy now in the 50+ age group. So
you were talking about prevention. Is colon cancer preventable?
Colon cancer is largely preventable. I mean, I think that all of us in the gastroenterology community wish that it was 100% preventable. The best tool that we have at this time is colonoscopy. There are some adjunct tools that can be done. There are some stool tests that look for either the presence of blood or other DNA, fairly sophisticated tests. But on a practical basis, colonoscopy is the way to go. People often ask me, well, what about a CAT scan? And there are really two answers to that, and that is that in order to get the best possible CAT scan results, you still need to have the bowel prep, which is the reason most people are reluctant to undergo colonoscopy. The other is of course the radiation that goes with a CAT scan. But finally, if they find something, you still have to have the colonoscopy. So really, colonoscopy is our single best tool. It's a flexible tube. We are able to look on a large TV screen. It's a very magnified view. Take our time, look carefully. And the delightful thing is that most abnormalities that are going to turn into colon cancer manifest as little mushroom-shaped or tiny little polyps, P-O-L-Y-P-S, polyps, that are growing on the side of the wall of the colon. And we can remove them satisfactorily with a cautery device, send them to the pathologist, make sure there's nothing else going on. And because of the advent of frequent colonoscopy, we're now seeing a reduction in the numbers of colon cancers occurring nationwide. But it's prudent to undergo screening.
How prevalent is colon cancer in Louisiana compared to other states?
Actually, I don't know the statewide statistics. What I do know is that colon cancer is more common in the African American community. And I think because of our population demographics here, particularly in the greater New Orleans area, for example, but probably applicable to most of southern Louisiana, or most of Louisiana, with a slightly higher percentage of African American people than, say, perhaps in the Pacific Northwest, to take a completely opposite example. It is going to be a little bit more common, and we think that colonoscopy should begin at age 45 for people of African American descent, whereas it's really 50 in the Caucasian population. There are some conditions that make you at greater risk for colon cancer, and the very obvious one is if someone else in your family has had it. There are some other rarer genetic conditions. People of Eastern European Jewish descent, the Ashkenazi Jews, actually have a much more common genetic abnormality that predisposes them to colon cancer as well. So people that are either Ashkenazi Jew or African American or have that family history of colon cancer certainly need to have a discussion with their physician early on and initiate screening in one way or another fairly soon.
And if you're a normal, healthy person without the family or the hereditary risk, how often should you have a colonoscopy?
Well, all of the national bodies that make recommendations in this area say that start at age 50. And one of the things I've done in my own career and have seen, at different places that I've worked over the years, is that if you're over 50 and you're otherwise healthy and you have a relationship with your primary care doctor, call us up. We'll be happy to schedule a colonoscopy for you. You don't need the two-hit of coming to the office and kind of just going over, hey, I'm healthy, I need a colonoscopy. We're happy to do that. In fact, if you should see any gastroenterologist. If you come to my practice in particular, we run an open access feature. You can find that on our website at nolagastro.com.
Now, do certain foods lead towards colon cancer or dietary restrictions?
Yeah, good question. I think that the data is fairly clear that if you eat a lot of red meat or a lot of processed meat, so that those do have an increased risk for colon cancer. We know that smoking is another definite risk factor for colon cancer. And unfortunately, the data is pretty clear. If you're sedentary or overweight, you are at greater risk for colon cancer. So those are, it's all about diet and exercise. If you're not, keeping yourself in good shape and exercising regularly, being sedentary in of itself raises your risk for colon cancer. Smoking, something else that is under your control. Diet, a little bit trickier to tease out, but there certainly does seem to be a relationship with lots of red meat or processed meats.
Like processed meats like sausages and bacon?
Absolutely, yeah.
Lunch meats kind of stuff?
Lunch meats, sausages, in particular. And I suspect, might relate to nitrites or nitrates within the processed meats.
And if our audience wanted to know more about colon cancer and prevention, where would they go to find that information?
There is such a wealth of data out there on colon cancer now. Certainly you can go to Google and enter colon cancer and you'll get a wealth of information. I particularly like the data that's at the American Cancer Society. The ACS has a wonderful detailed explanation on colon cancer. They've got a simplified guide to it, a more detailed guide to it. There are organizations, the Colon Cancer Alliance, that is specifically geared towards people. That tends to be obviously people who have had a diagnosis of colon
Right.
cancer made. But if you're interested in prevention, speak to your physician, speak to a gastroenterologist, come see me, come see any one of the fine GIs. You know, in this town, there's a lot of good gastroenterologists here.
And recently there have been some infections associated with colonoscopies or some type of scope. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Good question. So colonoscopy itself has not been the culprit, and neither has conventional upper endoscopy. There are some very specific tools. It's a side viewing duodenoscope that's used for a very specific procedure to look at the bile duct. And it is alarming that, with the use of these therapeutic ERCP scopes being used and cleaned appropriately, that there are still some instances of transmitted infection.
So it's not with the upper endoscopy or the colonoscopy. It's
Right.
actually a special scope that's used for a special procedure
Yes.
that has been associated with some of these infections.
Yes, and there's no doubt that this risk exists. If you look, however, the use of the ERCP scope in large part avoids the need for very invasive surgery of the bile duct. And so it's one of those things where I think it's very unfortunate. There are now some new guidelines that are emerging as to how to improve even therapeutic scope cleaning, but it does not apply to EGD, upper scopes, nor colonoscopes.
Well, thank you for this information. I really appreciate you being on our show today.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. When we return, we'll be speaking with Molly Kimball, Nutrition Program Manager, Ashner's Elmwood Fitness Center, who will give us an update on their successful Eat Fit NOLA program. So don't go away. We'll be right back with more Community Health Heroes.
Hi, I'm Kathy Ireland. I enjoy great careers in fashion, design, and business. The most important responsibilities to me are being a wife and mother to my family. We all need to be here for our families, so please let's do our best to stay healthy. And at my age, that means getting screened for colon cancer. Colon cancer claims the lives of 50,000 men and women each year, but it doesn't have to. Colon cancer can often be prevented or caught early through screening. If you are 50 or over, or have a family history of colon cancer, please talk with your doctor about getting screened. It could save your life. I got screened. Did you? For more information, please visit screenforcoloncancer.org. Thank you.
This song was created with heartbeats of children in need. Find out how it can help frontline health workers bring hope to millions of children at everybeatmatters.org.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. The first pitch is fouled between Jackson
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Community Health Heroes. Joining us today to give us an update on the Eat Fit NOLA program is Molly Kimball, Ashner Elmwood Fitness Center Manager and Nutritionist. Welcome back to the show, Molly.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Well, so there's been a lot of exciting things going on with Eat Fit NOLA.
Yes, so I think we sat down and talked about it right when we had first launched it, and we were excited that we had maybe 5 or 8 restaurants. And basically, Eat Fit NOLA is a free partnership that we offer to every restaurant in the city, and we've grown to more than 50 local restaurants, and that's individual restaurant brands. That's not including the Copelands across the country, Cheesecake Bistros and Zia across the country. So we're really excited to have this. It basically takes the guesswork out of eating healthy for the consumer.
And what else is going on with Eat Fit NOLA?
Well, we're really excited. This year is our second year that we will be doing the Eat Fit NOLA cooking stage at the Louisiana Home and Garden Show. So that's in the Superdome. It's March 13th through 15th. And we have the entire lineup of our chefs Saturday and Sunday will be exclusively our Eat Fit NOLA restaurants and chef partners. So we're really excited. We have chefs from Copeland's of New Orleans, from Zia. We have Glenn Hogue of Vegas.
And so people will be able to actually go there and sample the food?
Yes, so Glenn Hoag with Vega Tapas Cafe. We have Chef Ben Thibodeau, who is with the soon-to-be Jack and Jake's Market. So lots of exciting things. Every hour we have a different chef there. We're doing a full live cooking demo, samples. We can try it all out. What's interesting the way it is this year at the Home and Garden Show also, it's set up more like an outdoor kitchen area. So basically everything that you would have in a fancy high-end outdoor kitchen, and the bleacher seating is around us. So everybody's looking down. You're able to see it kind of from that up view down. And so again, every hour on the hour we have an Eat Fit NOLA restaurant and chef that we'll be featuring.
That's
with
fabulous.
taste as well. Yes.
That's very exciting.
Yes.
So it sounds like someday it may be possible to actually eat healthy in New Orleans.
I think it's healthy. It's possible to eat healthy now. So pretty much if you're looking at what are my favorite types of foods, we may not have every restaurant on board, but we're trying to get every restaurant on board. And no matter what type of cuisine you're looking for, we have things from traditional, Southern Louisiana, typical New Orleans cooking. We have Thai restaurants, Vietnamese restaurants, Mexican restaurants, food trucks. So all different types of price points, different types of cuisines, different areas of town, going from Thibodaux to the North Shore to Slidell. So we've got a lot of different options for you. So basically what you do is you look for that Eat Fit NOLA logo on the menu. You know that you have no white carbs, less than a teaspoon of added sugar. We use the American Heart Association's guidelines for sodium and saturated fat. But I think you talk with any of the chefs that we're working with, and there's no guess they're not going to compromise on flavor and the quality of their food to meet our criteria.
Absolutely.
So it really is nutritious meets delicious.
Absolutely. And the chefs that have been here have done a phenomenal job.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're very excited about it.
Now, aren't you also expanding to Baton Rouge soon?
Yes, yes. So our Ochsner dietitian team in Baton Rouge is launching Eat Fit BR. So we're laying the groundwork there now, and we've got an outreach of so far about 10 restaurants in the first few weeks that we've said, hey, here's what we've got going on in New Orleans. We're doing this in Baton Rouge. Do you want to be part of it? And we've gotten a yes, and we've had a lot of help from the local media there. So that's exciting. So we're really thrilled to see how it's just growing.
Fabulous. And if our audience wanted to find out more information on Eat Fit NOLA, where would they go?
So eatfitnola.com. We have a full list of all of our restaurants there. You just click, it brings you to the link to that restaurant. We also have more details about the nutritional criteria that we use, and also our contact information, so that if restaurants, chefs want to be part of Eat Fit NOLA, or what we encourage people to do is if you say, gosh, my favorite restaurants aren't part of it, but we really want them to be, then they can contact us and we'll get their restaurants on board.
Thanks so much for joining us on the show today, Molly.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And when we come back, we'll be in the kitchen with Chef Ben Thibodeau of Jack and Jake, so don't go away. There's more Community Health Heroes.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
I'm Molly Kimball, registered dietitian with Ochsner's Elmwood Fitness Center. We've collaborated with more than 50 local restaurants to create Eat Fit NOLA, a partnership that highlights the better for you items right there on a restaurant's menu. We make it easy for you to dine at your favorite New Orleans restaurants, guilt-free. Every month, the Community Health Heroes Show shines a spotlight on one of our city's incredible chefs who will show you how you can make healthier choices when dining in their restaurant or any of our other great Eat Fit NOLA restaurants. So don't go away. Community Health Heroes will be right back with our Eat Fit NOLA cooking segment.
Are you getting this, honey?
Oh, prime time. We are rolling.
All right, Mama's gonna bring it home. Mama's gonna bring it home. Okay.
Come on, watch this guy.
Oh, backwards.
Oh, don't. Okay.
It went into Bob and Carol's yard. Oh, no? Okay, here it comes.
Oh, no!
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
All right, let's see what you can do. Let's go.
They might surprise you.
Let's go.
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Sometimes life throws you something unexpected, but the Breeze Dream Foundation and United Way are giving both individuals and businesses a chance to help folks in our region. You can be the one to help those in need weather their personal storms, both large and small. You can be the one to help others rebuild their lives and get back in the game. Because when you give, amazing things happen. So step up and be the next one.
Find out how you can help at thenextonesela.org.
Joining us for today's Eat Fit NOLA cooking segment is Chef Ben Thibodeau and Nina Camacho of the new Jack and Jake's restaurant, who's going to show us what he's going to be preparing for the healthy-minded guests to his new restaurant and attendees at this year's 60th Annual Home and Garden Show on March 13th through 15th at the Louisiana Superdome. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you.
So can you tell me, Nina, how you came up with this idea of a public market?
Well, Jack and Jake's is actually the brainchild of John Burns, who comes from a family of farmers, and he always saw that farmers are throwing away perfectly good food because they can't get it out to the public. One of the main goals of Jack and Jake's is to service schools, hospitals, and the underserved community in the city. We're located in Central City on Aretha Castle Haley Boulevard, and we're actually in the old Myrtle Bank School. And in that school, we're going to have edible landscaping everywhere around the school. We're going to have all local produce, all Louisiana products for our customers. But we're going to make it also very affordable for everyone.
And you'll also, a lot of folks don't know how to use some of these foods, these produce, the fish that you brought today. How are you going to help them be able to use it once they bring it home?
All of our employees in Jack and Jake's will be educated on how to use it, how to eat it, how to cook it. So when a customer walks in and they're looking at a tomato or an onion, it's like, what do I do with this? We can show them different ways on how to bring it home and be comfortable and have really good, local, fresh food in their home.
And what other products are you going to have besides produce and some seafood?
Well, we're going to have a beer cave. We're going to have all local beer, local wine, local cheese. We're going to have a Cajun butcher there. We're going to have lots of breads and pastries, everything that's Louisiana.
And all these products that you brought today look like they are mostly local.
They are, they are.
So Ben, tell me what you're going to prepare for us today.
Today we're doing one of my favorite salads that doesn't have much in the way of lettuce. We're doing a chilled red bean and rice salad. So everybody's always got extra rice cooked at home, right? Because you think you have just enough, but you always have some extra. And red beans are one of those things where whether you buy them, our great local products that we have in a bag and cook them yourself, or if it's not convenient, you get them in a can, which is fine. That's not bad stuff. It's good food. So you combine those two things together, and what we're going to make here is a little crystal hot sauce vinaigrette. So everything that you would normally put in your beans, onion, celery, bell pepper, garlic, maybe some mustard, maybe not, whatever, however you roll at home, a little bit of garlic, some fresh thyme, and then we're incorporate some salad oil into that too.
Okay.
So,
and what do you have boiling on our
we're going to garnish up our red beans and rice with shrimp, but we're going to do kind of a pickled boiled shrimp. So we have some Mississippi stock, which is water, because we try to use stocks. A little bit of salt. We have some turmeric for a nice big bright color. We have some crab boil, a little bit of cane vinegar, all local stuff that we get in and around New Orleans, Louisiana for sure.
And most of this product will be available at your new Jack and Jake's?
Well, it's going to have to be, because otherwise I won't be able to do this dish.
Awesome.
So, all right, so we'll make our vinaigrette. So for this, we just used a little bit of cane vinegar, good bit of crystal, and that kind of acts as like the vinegar aspect of our salad dressing. So we'll try not to decorate the studio. So we diced up our vegetables. If you have a blender at home or a food processor, that works good too. And all this stuff is not fancy restaurant stuff. This is all out of my kitchen at home. Okay. So anybody can do this, there's no excuses.
And I understand you're in a very large building, like a 35,000 square foot.
30,000 square foot.
And what are your hours of operation going to be?
It's going to be 10 to 10 every day. It's going to be pretty much like a farmer's market, public market. And people are going to be able to come in and eat. We're going to have some prepared foods there already so they can grab and go if they wish. We're going to have quite a few foods that are almost cooked. All you have to do, it's put together for you. All you have to do is go and cook it. And we're just live food all over the place. We're going to have actually a greenhouse on the outside. Part of our edible landscape, we're going to have fish pond, aquaponics, aquaculture.
So we have two kinds of rice, whatever kind you like. We have brown rice and we have white rice. So whichever one you want to do, I'm going to go with the white rice today. So we'll take some of our red beans, and these I cooked last night. Okay, so we'll do about 50-50 rice
half
too.
red beans and half rice.
And if you like more rice, then put more rice. You know, if anybody complains, you just don't invite them to dinner the next time. So we got that. We'll take a little bit of fresh spinach. And again, this is farm fresh stuff. And just roll it up. Try to get some of those stems out. Let's cut it into some ribbons. Put that in there.
This is a very healthy version of our typical red beans and rice.
It is. We're starting a revolution. We'll put some of our vinaigrette on there. Maybe put a little bit more. We'll wait and see how much we need. And we'll just stir it in, toss it together. If you have a bigger bowl at home when you do this, that would be helpful.
So I understand that you're also going to be at the Superdome?
For the Home and Garden Show, yeah, coming up in March. Yep, we'll be doing, well, this is going to be one of the dishes that we're going to do for sure, as long as Molly says it's okay. And then I think what we'll give it a go at is kind of a healthy barbecue. Healthier barbecue at the Home and Garden Show. So you could do this the day before, you could do it like we're doing right now. And the longer it sits, it'll kind of marry flavors. So it'll be a little bit better, and then served nice and chilled and cold. So we got our shrimp.
And beautiful shrimp, giant.
Okay. Well,
and those are from a local market too.
Mm-hmm. These are all fresh, local Gulf shrimp, so you'll be able to see them now.
You'll be able to get that at our market as well.
So these.
They're beautiful.
We'll just go right in.
And if our folks on the television would like to know more or find out more information about when you're opening or your hours of operation or maybe some recipes, where would they go to find that information?
Well, they could like our Jack and Jake's Facebook page.
All right.
Or they can go on jackandjakes.com. We will have our announcements very, very soon.
And we're hoping for an opening spring?
Spring.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
And about how long do you boil the shrimp for?
These are going to go for, well, these guys like this, about this big. The great thing about shrimp is they'll let you know when they're done. They don't make any noises or anything, but you can see them. They'll cook through and be nice and firm for you.
They're turning pink.
So, yeah. So we're looking for probably about 3 to 4 minutes. And this is, you know, these shrimp are in the shell. If you wanted to peel these ahead of time and devein them and all that good stuff, you could do that. We're just leaving the heads and stuff on to be a little showy.
So I really appreciate you both coming out to the show today, and this looks and smells absolutely amazing.
Thanks for having us, Doc. This is great. This is a great Monday.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be right back with more Community Health Heroes.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on line.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to suggest a health topic, send us information on your health organization's events, or recommend your favorite Eat Fit NOLA restaurant, please visit our Facebook page or email us at communityhealthheroes@gmail.com, or visit our new website, www.communityhealthheroes.org. We hope that the information we provided today will help you and your family live healthier and happier lives. I'm Dr. Penny Walker, and I'll see you next time on Community Health Heroes.